Hey guys, quickly before we start, check out the description for links to Oveq's channel and our new roleplay Outbreak.
Welcome guys, take a seat.
Good to be here.
Okay, so this is the second episode of our interview series. Today as a guest we have Oveq. Oveq, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I mean, it's a bit early with time zones, but I am good. What about you?
I'm feeling great. Fresher, what about you?
I'm fine, I'm totally fine, thank you for asking.
Okay, so I suggest we start with the question. So first question is our classic question. It's what was the main reason for you starting a YouTube channel?
Honestly, it was just like a thing of this has always been something I've wanted to do, but now I've got now I had the actual motivation where I've got something to do. Like I started off as a PvP channel and then swapped to Roleplays, but it's just something I've always wanted to give a shot at, and I guess this time around it did work, so.
It sure did.
Yeah.
Okay, so the second question. How do you feel about your most popular video? Did it take a long time to produce?
I think my most popular video right now is Roommates episode 1.
It is.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's got around 40-something thousand views.
49,000.
Gotcha, 50k now. So wow. Honestly, it didn't take super long to produce. It was my I was starting up a new series, so I put in a lot of effort to it. But it wasn't something that took a million years to produce either. It just went through the normal roleplay creation process, and I don't know why it took off the way it did, but I mean, I'm grateful for it.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so thank you for your answer. The next question is, so after watching your roleplays, we noticed that your roleplay ideas are very unique, and they're not typically what the community looks for. So did you feel worried that some of your roleplays might be underrated because they're not that mainstream topic?
I mean, honestly, the way my thought process has gone into each roleplay, when I was starting up Spider-Man, my Spider-Man roleplay, I didn't really have much of that community experience where I knew, okay, this isn't going to take off. So I just went into it knowing hey, if this does well, it does well. If it doesn't, I'm a small channel and I understand.
Yeah.
With the Roommates, I'm all right, let's try something that more people will see how that goes. And then I realized I don't I like doing my own thing. I don't like doing this modern hey, people like this, but I mean, it's not really my thing.
Yeah.
2027, I've always wanted to try a zombie story, and I'm thinking, all right, well, if I can do this well, it might take off. But apocalypse roleplays were kind of the thing in 2016, not anymore. So if this doesn't take off, well, cool.
Still
4-year plan.
Yeah.
With 4-year plan, my most recent high school series, go check it out, viewers. I've wanted to attempt a high school roleplay, but I have always had this mindset of if I'm going to do something, I will do it my way, and it will be original, not just another, oh, protagonist falls in love with love interest, but something happens.
Yeah.
You always want to go into something with an original idea and not have it just be, hey, wait, this is just so-and-so series.
Yeah,
so it's always just going in with a sense of, okay, how do I make this mine? How do you watch this and know, oh, this is Oveq's,
Yeah, you need to stand out, have basically a trademark.
Right.
Okay, the next question. I'm going to tell you, to ask you, among all roleplays you have uploaded, which one was the least fun to make?
Least fun to make.
Yeah.
Least fun to make.
Well, honestly, it's got to be Roommates, just in the sense that was my first modern RP I did, where we don't get to have the crazy Spider-Man stunts where I get to punch and jump around the fire and all that. Meanwhile, 2027, we get to do these action scenes, these shootout scenes, and fight scenes and all that. 4-year plan, I mean, the writing's a lot better where it's fun and you can be oh, you're laughing like with the cast as they say their lines, but roommates, it was just kind of like too grounded, I guess. So it was just get a shot of one person talking, move, get a shot of another person talking.
Yeah.
Like, there wasn't much to, really watch, so it was just not entertaining to make.
I see. Okay, so next question is from me. When you uploaded the first episode of Roommates, did you know that it was going to be such a viewed series, that it was going to take off?
I had like a slight hope where, because like I know the trailer for it popped off a lot. I had just gotten off of like the Camp Karma high because I was in a series that really took off and went viral over the summer, and a lot of people found me through that. So I kind of had a lot of eyes on me when I like was in that Roommates phase. I put out the trailer, a lot of people viewed it, a lot of people auditioned for the casting call, and so I knew like, okay, the first episode at least will do very well, just with people seeing like, oh, I want to see what like got casted over my audition.
Yeah.
And off of how much people did like the trailer, I knew a lot of people would be at least interested in seeing the first episode. But I did not know it would be to that extent, where it's not even been a year and it's got like 50,000 views.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, do you have plans for your future content, or you just go with the flow?
Oh yeah, I've like always got probably. It's never like a concrete number. It's generally, I've got like a few role plays just in mind where it's like, okay, this will come next. Like, but it like shifts around because like sometimes maybe I want to do like I think of one of the recurring ideas I've had is like, oh, I want to do like a bank heist type role play.
Ooh.
But it also just where, okay, how do I pull this off and make it entertaining though? Because as much as you can have an idea and it's like, oh, this will be cool, you also got to think, okay, this will be cool if I pull it off right. Like, so like with For Your Plan, I've always wanted to do a high school role play. It's just a thought of like, how do I make this mine? How do I make it unique? How do I make this entertaining to watch, while also not making it just another, oh great, it's another high school role play. Oh boy, time to tune out of this channel for the next few months.
Yeah.
Like, people have really enjoyed For Your Plan, and it's like, it's definitely got a different style than most high school role plays, because it's a lot less of a like linear story like you see in most high school role plays. It's more of a, you've got like linear character development where, like if you watch the first episode or something where, one character hates another, and then by the end of the series, one character is in love with another. Like, it's got the character development, it just doesn't have some linear plot line where it's some story spanning multiple episodes like one problem.
Yeah, that's basically about getting a popular idea, however twisting it so it's unique in your own way. I see.
Right.
Okay, so the next question is, if your channel ends up blowing up, would you make it a full-time job?
I mean, yeah, I don't know what YouTuber really wouldn't. Just with, like, at least from my point of view, it's like, this has been what I've wanted to do for like years and years and years. So if I got the chance to, heck yeah, it's a job. I mean, why wouldn't I?
To like answer your question, why wouldn't you? Some people are worried to actually quit their job and make it their YouTube their full-time job, because YouTube channels, we all know that most of them actually like have a rise and a fall, and the chance that you're gonna be on the rise constantly, or at least at your peak condition, it's less likely than actually like having a concrete job that can serve as a source of income.
I mean, the way I've seen it happen is, sure, people have their like spike where you're able to turn it to a full-time job, but then at least like when that spike wears out, you're much better than you were before. Like, I've seen channels where they're definitely not at their peak anymore, they're far past it, but they're still using that as a job and it's working out just fine for them.
Yeah, if they have like a solid fan base that's active, yeah, that works.
Okay, so how do you pick your team members and your mods for the roleplays?
Um, do you mean like voice actors or the people like body actors, skin makers, builders? And...
All of them, all of them.
Oh, them, yes.
I'll start off with voice actors.
Okay.
Just with, yeah, voice actors. Originally, like the most common way to get them is through Casting Call Club. It's a great website.
Yeah, we know
Anyone
it.
can really sign up for an account. Amazing, and that's what I used at first. But then I kind of learned, as you get into the community, you meet people and you like get connections. Like there's a server where you can just say at volunteer voice actor / actress, anyone up to play so and so character, and it works like amazingly. That's how I pretty much casted Spider-Man Season 2. 2027 and 4-year plan I did just with who I knew. Like if you've watched it, like they're all pretty much my friends, and that works amazingly for those improv scenes where you've already got the chemistry, so it's not super awkward.
Yeah.
Casting within people works pretty well as long as they're all like solid voice actors. Like everyone in 4-year plan, pretty much like the recurring characters are already like you've seen them in my other videos, and it gives a sense of familiarity to the viewer too, where it's like, oh hey, so and so's in this, I better watch it, see like at least like if it's worth watching the rest. With body actors and builders, like it's more just I post like a video, give out an application, and then we go through that, see like, all right, as long as this person's not like some immature little kid that's gonna get on and grief the map or something, and can like know when to like stop joking around and actually get to work, then yeah, sure. If you've got the art skills, sure, you're a skin maker. Like it's a lot more simple, just putting out an application. And
have you ever had any problems with builders or something like that?
Most of the problems with like body actors are just like them not showing up, or like how I said, where some people don't get the divide between like work and time to joke around. Because like between scenes, while you're setting up like another scene in some other place, maybe you have to do a quick build, someone will start telling some like 30-minute story, and it's hard to cut them off because you don't want to be mean about it. But at the same time, like when you say, all right, we're gonna use these 2 hours of session to record this whole episode, you kind of have to be like, hey, okay, we need to like record, dude.
Yeah. Me and Fresher, we don't have that problem for our roleplay, because actually the people who body act are people who we know in real life, so everything that we need to tell each other, we tell it outside of the body acting sessions, and it's actually really convenient like doing that instead of picking people with an application, at least for body actors.
I mean, I do get to know like the team, because we're spending probably, I guess, 6 or so hours a week when we have like sessions daily. Because like when we've got 2-hour sessions and 3 sessions a week, we're spending 6 hours a week together. You kind of get to know each other at least at a surface level, where it's like, hey, what's up, and you're able to communicate with these people, so it does work out like you.
Okay, so the next question, which will be the last question, is we know that your favorite roleplay is Camp Karma by Atmosphere. However, if you had to rate a second favorite roleplay, what would it be?
Is it allowed to be mine?
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
If it's allowed to be mine, I'd probably say either 2027 Season 2 or 4-year plan, just because they've been so fun to make. Like, I really got back into the grind and the groove of like putting stuff out there on a consistent basis, and Season 2 for 2027 I really got to like mess around. Like episode 10, I think I've said, is like one of my favorites, where like there's some cool action scenes, and 4-year plan. I just like because I was finally able to do this like modern roleplay and have fun with it and not like lose motivation 5 episodes in. With it, if it's someone else's roleplay, I'd probably have to say The Mall, which was a collaboration between Atmosphere and Mandy Miss. Just because like I was in it and I got to play a character that wasn't just your average male.
Yeah.
I was like, my character and that was the crazy man, so I got to, instead of like speaking in my normal voice, I was able to do this like faster paced voice where I was kind of like unhinged, and I was able to like bring up these random jokes where it was like, oh, I've got rats. Like it's really fun as a voice actor to be able to experiment instead of just, because in the Minecraft roleplay community you don't get much chances to try different voices or whatnot. Most of the time it'll be, okay, I'm looking for a male voice actor, sure, your voice is perfect, just nope, you don't even need to do anything with it, just speak normal.
Yeah.
So you don't get to try out like any voices. Like,
I've got this kind of like higher pitched voice. I haven't got to use this anywhere because like no kid speaks like this. Like no high school role player speaks like this.
so most of the time, like, I'm just using my normal voice. But being in the mall where I was this crazy man, I was able to try out a different voice and a different character type, and that was really refreshing.
Yeah. Actually, how is your character called in the mall? I have watched it. I think I missed the last few episodes because of school, and I didn't actually manage to finish it. But how was your character called?
I think I don't know if my character ever actually got like a real name. I think he was always just called the Crazy Man.
Which
I think was
episodes?
funny.
Yeah, which episodes did he appear in?
So,
I'm trying to like recall because your voice sounded familiar, but that's probably because I've watched your role plays. However, I'm trying to like build this.
I think I was in a good amount of episodes, like, because I'll let you in on a little secret. A good amount of like, because the mall was sort of mainly improv stuff where you can just hop on and have fun with it. You've got a basic idea for a story and you run with it. So sometimes the way people will record those looser like improv series is if you can make it to sessions and like you're coming to the recordings constantly, sure, you can be in the episodes. If you're not like coming to sessions on a regular basis, you're like kind of pushed more to the back or whatever. Like that's the way I've seen it done in some different studios and whatnot.
Yeah, I see.
I was always able to make it to the sessions, so most of the time my character would be in there for at least some small role or whatever. I don't remember exactly the episodes though.
Yeah. Okay, so that was everything for this interview. I want to thank you for being so open-minded and coming on here without even knowing us, and for
It was a lot of fun.
yeah, it was a lot of fun for us too, and for giving amazing answers. So links to Oveq's channel in the description, please check him out. It was an amazing interview. He's such a nice guy. He really deserves your love and support. And also links to Outbreak in the description as well. Bye. Thanks for watching.
See you later.
See ya.